Hello and welcome to Cemetery Oddities. I'm Bugs Moran, and today we're going to look at some just weird tombstones, weird ones. And you know what? My hat's off to these weird tombstones. My hat is off. These are some weird ones. Let's go look at them.
He died in 1883, but look at this. It's a very unique and strange tombstone. I thought this was the first tombstone I saw when I pulled in here. I said, wow, that's unique, and I have to I'm gonna videotape that. That's really unique, because that's kind of what I do. But a beautiful old tombstone. There's not much, I couldn't find any information about her. There's her dates right there. Mary B. Abbott died in 1883, 65 years old. There's a Mother Mary statue without a head. But a very unique and crazy little tombstone here. Beautiful. What a way to start off this episode. Let's find some more unique stuff in here. Now, this couple is not passed away yet, but it's an awesome statue of them two hugging each other. You and me. But this is amazing. This caught my eye. Look at that. That is a cool. This is Maggie and Jerry Farmer. Like I said, they haven't passed away, so they were both born in 1947 and 1946, but that's really a neat statue. That is really cool. That's an awesome. Here's an interesting mausoleum. I can't go near it because I'm going to respect the cemetery's wishes. This mausoleum was closed, but it says the Biddle Mausoleum. It was originally instructed in 1831 is closed to visitors. As you can see, they've got a bunch of, oh, this thing is falling over. That's why it's closed, because this thing is about ready to fall and crumble, so I'm not going to get near it. See, they got these straps all around it, holding it together. And they got a net up there holding the roof together. This thing is gonna fall, guys. So they are probably going to rebuild this thing or something, but it's kind of scary. They got a fence around it, got it locked up so you cannot go in it. And I'm not gonna get any closer, but that's interesting. You know, these things are so old, sometimes they get old and they fall apart. So that's just an interesting one. I call this a Jenga tombstone. Looks like a game. Look at this stone. I've never seen a stone like this. It's really neat. This is a Kaufman. Now here's the interesting thing. You have Laura Kaufman, which I know is gone by now. She was born in 1883. No death date. Robert Kaufman, 1876, no death date. AC, he died in 1904. John, no death date. Sarah Kaufman died in 1939. And Levi died in 1908. Now, either these folks that don't have death dates, or they're either buried somewhere else, or they're buried here. They just never put a death date on it. But that's a really interesting tombstone. Now, this is the oddest tomb I've ever seen. This looks like they just took a bunch of concrete and rocks and put it together. It kind of looks like a hobbit house. Really neat. It's got the letter A on it, so it's Ames. Look at this. Oh, airy. There's no dates on it. And this door, I don't know if I can look in there. But look at that big stone door. It's locked up. But tomb here. And this Cunningham here looks like he was a bus driver. 1998, Edward died. He's a preacher. Well, he used to be a music teacher. Well, if you're a music teacher, what better tombstone to have than an organ? He died in 1893. Again, he was a music teacher, and it's a very large farming family around here. Look at this. Wow. That is a neat tombstone, guys. And it's in a very small, quaint cemetery. But this thing sticks out like a sore thumb. It's a beautiful stone. I love it. This is one of these oddity stones that my channel loves. This is what this channel is about. Finding tombstones like this that stand out, that are just odd. Look at the detail in the chords. Look at that. You got a piano chords. Look at, you get the knobs. You got the sheet music. Way to go, Mr. Schwam. Nice tombstone. William and Lewis Clark for their their famous expedition. But I just stumbled across William Clark's niece, Anne Farrier. She's on the historical tour of the cemetery, but she has a very wonderful monument here. This is the niece of William Clark. And I know I said I wasn't going to try to name names, but I think that's pronounced Farrier. But this is her beautiful monument here. Very old, 1868. And here is a plaque of everybody who is entombed below. As you can see there, entombed below. And they go really slow, and you can see who's all entombed below here. You got Bernard, George, Anne. There she is, Anne, 1878. Well, she died in 1878. This was erected in 1868 for her. As you can see, all these people, quite a few people here. Wow. Quite a few people buried in this underground tomb here. It's all underground, and they're all buried underground here. But a beautiful monument for Anne, the niece of Mr. Clark. They said he was born in Virginia in 1770, entered into eternal life in 1838. Soldier, explorer, statesman, and patriot. His life was, you know what I think might have been? Because it said he was a soldier, maybe in the Civil War. He might have been buried in that tomb that we saw, and maybe was moved here with this monument here. Because this monument was erected in the honor, loving memory of William Clark by his son, Jeffrey Clark. So maybe when his son, developed this monument, maybe they moved him here. But a beautiful monument. This is the most famous monument in the cemetery. Everybody visits this. This is like a pilgrimage. William Clark received his commission as lieutenant from George Washington in 1971. Wow, that's kind of interesting. There's some interesting facts right here. That's some interesting reading there. Okay, 2004. 2004 this monument was made. Originally dedicated in 1904 during the Louisiana Purchase. This monument was erected by the provision in the will of General Kearney Clark, William Clark's youngest son. His widow, Mary Susan Glasgow Clark, was the overseer of the project. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of a neat history here. This is a really neat statue. Look at this. Just take a gander at that. Of course, it's really weathered. It's a beautiful monument. Can't really read this, but this is another member of the Clark family. Can't really read the dates at all, but a beautiful old monument here for this person. There's a beautiful... This is worn. Looks like it used to be... Okay, this is Henry Clark. Oh, it's only 4 years old. It's a baby. But look at that. It's very worn. Statue's pretty much almost destroyed. But a beautiful monument for the Clark family. Very famous expedition. When I come to these cemeteries, now I don't know if it's a bad thing, but when I come to these cemeteries like this, I may do a little research. I may watch some videos of other YouTubers that have done it to get some information. But for the most part, and maybe that's why my videos don't have a lot of good information, is I don't do a lot of research. I go into these cemeteries and I wing it. You know, I wing it and see what I can find. It's almost like I'm doing a treasure hunt. It's almost like, you know, let's see what we can find kind of videos, you know. So my videos aren't like really well produced and not a lot of information. A lot of other YouTubers do an awesome job at that, giving you historical information. That's not one of my strong suits. My strong suit is finding really cool, unique tombstones and grave sites and such, and showing them to you. When something catches my eye, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna record that, and then see what I can find about the... This is Matilda Taylor. Can't really read the date there at all. If you can, great. If it's coming through to the camera, great. But nice cool little statue. 1790 they were born. This is Nathaniel Taylor, looks like. 1790, died in 1849. Really neat. This is a beautiful obelisk with the statue on top. Beautiful statue. Now look at this beautiful vine going up the obelisk like that. And this is Sarah Christie, Marianne Christie. Really make out a lot of this stuff is worn away. There's no dates on it. Huh. So this is just the Christie headstone. Thank you for watching these Odd Tombstones. I'm Bugs Moran, and I will see you next time at the next amazing tombstone.